Okay, in this screenshot, we're going to be looking at the features of prisms. First of all, we need to be able to identify what is a prism. So, looking at this drawing here, how do we know that that's a prism? First of all, we look at the ends of the prism. This end is called the base. And then obviously, the top end that we cannot see on the dotted line side is called the top. So if I was to stand this prism up on its end and stand it so the base is now standing on the ground of the prism, that would be the top and that would be the base. Now if you look at the base, it is a rectangle. And that goes same for the top. The top would also be a rectangle. That's how we identify that this particular shape here, this solid, is a rectangular prism. Okay, so rectangular prism. There's other ways we can identify the features of a prism. If I got a hot knife and I cut through where this shaded line is and cut this solid shape in half, you will notice that there will be two new faces. There'll be one on this piece and there'll be one on this piece if I cut it in half. And both those will also have a rectangular top and a rectangular base, just like these ones. The top and the base are parallel to each other. That's another way we can identify the prisms. Now I can cut this again and again and again through here, and the top and the base will always be parallel and in that rectangular shape. That's how we know that that's a prism. Have a look at the one here. You'll see that the top, or the base, we can call this side the base, it's a triangle. And then obviously at the opposite end of this 3D object, we have the side that we cannot see. It is also a triangle. We'll call that one the top. It's on the outside there. So this one is a triangle on the base and a triangle on the top. Therefore this one is a triangular prism. Once again, if I was to chop it in half, I would end up with more triangles exactly running parallel to each other. Therefore they would be more triangular prisms in smaller versions. So just like this shaded part here, I ran a knife through it and I cut it in half. I could cut it in half again. I would always end up with more triangles on the top and the bottom. Therefore it would be a triangular prism. Also, when I stand the shape on the end, the sides, I'll do it a different colour. The sides, if I was to stand this on its base, the sides on both of these must have parallel rectangles. There's another way we can identify it's a prism. So obviously on the other side there will be another parallel rectangle. Okay, so, and another one on that side there. So if I was standing these prisms on their ends, that's how we identify it. Also, they have parallel rectangles, then it's a prism. Alright, we'll go through the PowerPoint in class as well to identify more features.